Hi everyone. There's always something that I pick up that gives me inspiration. In this case, I went to the op shop, the charity shop, and I got this gold raffia. Really old. I can remember making things with raffia when I was a child. But it's an interesting fibre. And it shreds and it pulls apart, and it's just, I liked the colour of this, so I thought I'm going to get that. I had an idea that I might be able to, fray the edges of it. And, it could be a lot of things. It could be stamens of a flower or, hair on an animal. It could be a lot of different things. And I liked that it had that shine. So another thing I've come across recently is this lovely fabric. It's sheer, meaning you can see through it. But look at it. I just loved the colour. Not the colour, but the print. I could see so many things in it. When I see it upwards like this, I can see a tree. When I turn it around, I can see, stratas of landscape and rocks and all kinds of different things. And I love this. This is the selvage. I've cut some off. It has a nice, what's the word? Hairy edge, that looks like grasses. So this is kind of being, taking me towards ideas of what I might want to do. I did have a couple more things. I've started to look more seriously at selvedges. I've got another one there. It's from a linen, and it's, it's very furry, bushy kind of fibres. And I thought, well, that too looks a bit like grass or something. So I'm going to use them. So I've got the raffia, I've got those edges or selvages of the fabric, and I have that brown fabric. I'll use some of that. Now what else? Right, I've got a few shears. I'm just going to use some of that. I'll just cut a little piece off. I've got a brown, I've got a creamy white, and I've got this sage kind of green colour. And I'm going to use them as well, along with that brown, and I'm ready to start something. That's given me incentive. I've put some things out. This one here's a sheer. Sheer fabric means that you can see through it. You can layer things like that up. Me, I like to play with edges and things and see what they do. That's quite interesting too. We've got the raffia, which I thought might make some nice spiky kinds of grasses, poking up somehow. That'd be nice. And because it's gold, I thought, wouldn't it be nice? It would give us some shine. So I'm going to have these bits that are selvedges that I liked because they're nice and textural. They look like grasses to me. So the whole thing's turning me towards this lovely landscape. Nice wild landscape. And this, which I must use. I see so many things in it. I see the bottom of a gum tree. I see the land, rocks, all kinds of things. So a bit undecided on that, which I'll do. But I think the first stage would be to mark how big this picture's going to be, and then know that I'm sticking to that area. So I would look here at what kind of size I need, make it slightly bigger than that aperture. So I begin by marking the outside, and with linen or something with a loose weave, you could draw a thread like that. Draw a thread out, and that is a way to mark. or you can just do this. So with a pencil, it won't matter because it's going to be under the matting board frame. So I have my aperture, the size that it needs to be is there marked for me. I'll take my whole design out to the edge there. So I'm looking at these shears, and I start to cut an uneven edge all the way across. There. Alright, well that could be mountains or trees or something like that. And look at it when I place that over the top. And this is what's nice about shears, is that you can get different layers of colour. Like a misty kind of morning, you know. And I like that. I'm just going to cut this back. So what I'm looking at here is I've marked my square. I'm hoping to do something. I've cut these. Well, very, very ragged edge. And I quite liked, because this was already like it, I thought that could actually work quite nicely. And we could just leave that raw linen as the rest of the sky. You know, that kind of gives you a nice smoky kind of sky. But I was thinking, I've also got this green, and I'm wondering what happens if I do something like that. And I'm going to try and cut it, I don't know. I'm really trying to make it really, I'm not cutting straight, I'm cutting across like that to just try and get a raggedy kind of unpredictable edge. Do you see? And I'm trying to have it so that it's could be the tops of trees and things that they're seeing, you know, adds another little layer in there. So I'm just going to try and do something like that. I think I'll just caution to the wind. I'm just going to go like this and see. There. What did we get? Interesting. Yeah, that could work, couldn't it? Something like that. I'm going to do the same on this edge. Just rip it. And then it might suggest something, you know, and I'm thinking maybe we can cut some bits more out. Yeah, because leaves on trees, it wouldn't be a solid block like that. We might have little bits out of it. Through them in, something like that. So yeah, it's fun just to play and see what you end up with. Obviously I love playing. But if you've got some scraps of anything, basically anything, and you just have a go at trying to imagine what you could do with it. See how I'm teasing that apart? And I mean, this was just a scrap of something left over from something else, but I just saw something in it that I could use, you know, and that's what I'm doing. It could be up, it could be grasses, you know, but finding uses for things, I think that's probably my forte, because I just am a bit crazy like that. That's okay. Anyway, as I have bits of stuff everywhere, it'll come off. I'm not worried. I am interested though in that. What happens if I put it on top of that and then put the white one? Am I seeing it enough? I could have another layer on top, then that would work out quite well too. Well, suggestive, isn't it? But don't know yet. I'm going to cut this down a bit. I don't think I want all that. Not very carefully, just have a go at that. Did I like it over there? I do really to obscure those. Alright, so I'm gonna do something, a wavy line, something a little bit more natural than just a straight line. Rip. So I could put it there. And then this one, what could I do with you? Something like that. Where is our other piece? I do love this. This is working out really, really well for me. You can come over a bit because that's not even in the picture. See, that's why I marked it, so I would know what's going to be in the picture and what isn't. Over up there would be nice. Pretty. Like I say, I can tear little bits in there if I want. Or it could have gone under the brown, but I'm going to leave it there for now, and I'm going to look at this bit. I just really do love. I mean, I could just do a tree. I'm going to do a tree one day with that, so I just think it's gorgeous. But in the meantime, I'm thinking I could use it. Okay, let's put it like that. Down. Don't want to waste any because I love it. Okay, now do I want the dark bit more or do I want the light bit? Because I'm going to be putting this across it for grasses and things. Yeah, I'm going to go the light bit, I think. Lighten things up a bit. And I'm going to cut this back to its near where I want it. And I'm going to make that basic thing in the background. I still have a straight line there. I won't want that. I'll have to obscure that somehow, or I could cut that back or what have you. It's not bothering me too much at the moment. Right, there we go. A lovely sort of suggestion of trees. We've got a nice cloudy kind of obscuring mountains or trees or something, and leading into this linen. And I think that looks pretty nice. Much as you like. See, let's look at our picture. That's what we would have so far. Might decide that more linen, more plain areas where there's nothing are fine too. We can go like that. And bring it down a bit. That one on top, I think. There we go, like that. Something. And let's have another look. Did that come down? I don't know. Yeah, something like that. So we're getting that. But it's nice not to have it, you know, when you're painting or something, you know, a third and 2/3, or, you know, a tiny bit, you know, not half and half is so much, you know, can look good, but we don't want to do that in this. So let's say that we've got something like that, and we won't bother too much with anything up the top, and all of our lovely texture we're going to put down here somehow. So we would want little bits of that, you know, maybe. I wonder if it'll go in. If we want, can do that. And maybe we could have something like a rock or something in there. Wouldn't these make nice rocks as well? Okay. I just saw this fabric and I just thought, Wow, I love it. To me that's a little bit too roundy, something more rockish. I don't know, something. So we got that, and we could have, if we wanted it darker, let's have a look and see if it goes any darker if we put something underneath it. Might do nothing. Oh, it did, you see, so we could use that too to do something underneath, I suppose, or on top if we wanted. So we're colouring things up with fabric. And really we wouldn't need much more. And we'd have our lovely grasses here. You know, you could just do something like that. So I think I really wouldn't need much more of anything. I've pretty well got what I need here, and I'd be happy to play with that. What is this though? Let me just have a look at this. The light against the dark. Nice. Alright, so we'll play with that and we'll see. We'll let it build itself and see what it wants to do. Remember, I was wanting to put this in, a little bit of this. I would just get some bits and I, you know, scrunch them and maybe trim them if necessary, and, you know, pop them so that I had some poking out. That would be lovely. We're very muddy colours. Either we stick with that or we pop something else in, but yeah, sometimes you don't need to go a colour so much as a tone, and you know, this one maybe it would look good with a little bit of white or a little bit of black as the you know, as the thing that makes it look different, as the element of surprise. What do you think? Could it be something? I'll give you a closer look. Not too bad. So I think I am not going to worry too much at all about anything. I've already come up with some ideas. No, I'm not going to go to town. I want to show how simple it can be with a few things. So what I am going to do is lift that off. What I would like is even that, and just concentrate at the moment to get these ones attached down. So you can glue, you can pin, you can do a few things. You can tack. I think in this instance I'm just going to shove a few pins in. And that would be it. Now if you're a machine sewer, go ahead. If you don't, you could always do this with a glue. But you know, hand stitching is good for the soul, lets you relax, things like that. So I would grab a needle and a thread, and yeah, so I'll pick a palette of threads, I think, to start with. Up here, probably just white or a cream or something, you know, and get a bit darker as I go down. But you know, I'll start with white because, like I said, it's looking very muddy, which is okay, but I'd like at some stage to be able to bring in something like that. So I'll separate out 2 strands of this stranded cotton, and I thread my needle, and I put a knot at one end, and I make sure the knot is underneath or over on the edge outside of the picture. And I'm just going to do a simple running stitch. I'm going to do a few backwards and forwards, and it will be Just trying to get that, making sure I've got that white sheer attached, but I'll probably also go above it or below it, just to have some lines meandering across that tack it down. You know, I can see this video is going on a little bit. We might make this into a part 1 and part 2, I think, and continue with the stitching in the second part. We've done enough to imagine what we're going to be doing next. And I hope it's been interesting for you. Don't forget to press like if you do like, subscribe if you haven't, and thanks again for watching. And see you in part 2, where we'll finish this lovely design.